we will do our first lesson in the Industrial Revolutions class. I I do this lesson, but the recording was somehow deleted, so I can't find it. So I will do this lesson again, just record thing, take recording again. So let's start our presentation. Just a second. Sorry. Hmm. So let's get started. Today we will do the first industrial revolution. I will teach you about this. So let's look at our contents. We have before the revolution part, after the revolution part, causes, effects and consequences, key figures 2, my comments, and this part. So let's get a quick start with this, but before then I should share my screen with you. Okay, we can continue. Like this is okay. So let's continue with the before the revolution part. So before the first industrial revolution, life was very different from today. Like most people lived in small villages, and they work in mostly agriculture because they don't have any option. Uh, most of them actually, but they use simple tools like and did everything they did every jobs with their hands, and families they actually made their own clothes, food and furniture, we can say. And there were no big machines, and transportations was slow if there is a something, and people used horses or walked everywhere. They don't have any other option, and most products were handmade and took a lot of time to create, and they are also expensive before of this. And people work long hours in the fields, but life was quiet and traditional. There were no large cities filled with factories, and almost everyone depended on farming to survive in their lives. And this was a time before technology and modern inventions. So to sum up this page, before the revolution, the world was simple. We can say also slow and local, but soon everything was going to change. So let's continue with the second part of our presentation after the revolution part. After the industrial revolution began, the world, like we can say, became completely different in every way. Factories appeared everywhere, and machines replaced with hand tools, and or people moved from villages to the cities. But also we can see say they move from countrysides to the cities to find work, to find jobs in these factories, and production became faster than ever, cheaper and easier. For example, clothes, which once clothes actually took days to make in those times before the revolution. Now they could make them in maybe we can say in hours. And transportation changed to like trains and steamships make travel faster than ever before. Also, people could now they can send goods across long distance and trade grave quickly in these times. And but there were also problems like factory workers had long working hours, low pay, and bad conditions. Children's they were also had to work to help their families. So still, many people believe the revolution brought progress and opportunity. After the revolution, the modern industrial world actually, we can say it had begun. So let's skip this page and talk about the causes of the revolution. There were actually many reasons for the industrial revolution. First inventions and scientific ideas were developing, we can say, very fast in Europe, especially in the England, the Britain, UK, United Kingdom, British Empire, also we can say. Uh, so the invention of the steam engine by James Watt, it was a big reason of this revolution, and it gave power to the machines to work. And secondly, also we can say Britain had a lot of coal and iron, which were needed for factories and machines to work and to product to production faster. And thirdly, there were many workers because population was growing quickly than ever before. Also, people started they investing more money in new industries, and also we can say the British Empire traded many countries. So raw materials like cotton were easy to get before. So new technology, natural resources, and trade, they are all caused the revolution to happen. They were all caused actually the revolution to happen, and it was the perfect time for change. So also I should say that the revolution is started in United Kingdom in the Manchester. Uh, so let's continue with the effects and consequences parts. I think actually the industrial revolution had many important effects. Like cities were growing fast, very fast because people moved there uh, from the villages because for factory jobs we can say, and what can we say also the economic growth and goods became cheaper and easier to buy. People could travel and like they can communicate faster, but pollution levels are increased. Pollution levels were increased, and working conditions also getting poor. They were getting poor, and many people lived in crowded houses with bad health conditions. And still, the revolution started the modern world, we can say, and it made education and science more important than ever. Because and also it was a mix of like we can say both progress and problems. And lastly, a new era for humanity, we can say, for this slide. So let's continue with our key figures of the first industrial revolution. You can see here two of them, James Watt and Richard Arkwright. Um, one of the most important people actually of this time was James Watt. You can see him on the left. And he improved the steam engine in the 7016s. Uh, he making it more powerful and useful, the steam engine. And his invention helped factories, trains, and ships work much better. And thanks to him, production and travel became faster than ever before. We can say here. So let's continue with the Richard Arkwright, right? Or if I am not wrong about his name pronunciation. Another key person was Richard Arkwright, who invented the water frame, and this invention helped spin cotton using water power and made actually the textile industry, textile production faster than ever before. And Arkwright is often called the father of the factory system. And these inventors show that machines could do the hard work. People's like these inventors showed that machines could do the hard work people once did by hand. Sentences should be like this, and they opened the door to a new age of industry, we can say. So let's continue with the key figures. But just a second, we have a notification from our tab. Yes, and let's continue with our presentation. But just a second, I should do something before this. Okay, let's continue with the key figures two part. Also, we can say another great inventor was George Stephenson. You can see him on the left, and he known as the father of railways. Like he built the first practical steam locomotive, and his train like made travel and transportation easier and faster than ever. Also, Ella Whitney, you can see him on the right. He is from America. He was from America and invented the cotton green, a machine that cleaned cotton quickly and helped the textile industry grow faster. And these people changed how the world worked, we can say, in a sentence. They inspired others to keep inventing and building new technologies. So thanks of them, because of them, also we can say the revolution spread from Britain to uh, every part of every part of the world, to many countries. So for the cables, that's all. We can continue with my comments about this first industrial revolution. So in my opinion, uh, the first actually industrial revolution was actually the most important, I think, moments in the human history, or maybe one of the most, you can say. You should be uh, and it was not only about machines, like, and also factories, but also it actually about people, like people who dreamed, created, and changed the world for forever. And before the revolution, life was slow and simple. People worked with their hands. They lived in small villages and followed traditions only. They don't actually have some other options. And after the revolution, everything started to, we can say, move faster. Cities grew, machines appeared, and the world became connected in so many ways, so many new ways. You can say it was the beginning of modern life. And I think what makes this revolution so special is how it showed the power of human imagination. A few inventors like James Watt or Richard Arkwright had ideas that seemed small at first, but those ideas changed the uh, those ideas we can say changed everything in the world history. They didn't just build machines or inventions. They built a new future for the humanity. Of course, the Industrial Revolution was not perfect in every part. Many people suffered. Workers, for example, workers had to work long hours for little pays, and children worked in unsafe factories. Pollution became a big problem. So we can see that progress can also bring to the world new challenges. But I believe that these problems taught the world an important lesson about the technology. We can say technology must always serve people, not the other way around. We must use innovations to make life better for everyone, not just for profit. Uh, so we, what was the word for it? Just a second. Let me think about it. We shouldn't be selfish for about this like technological devices or technology that we created. So also, when I think about this revolution, the first revolution, I also think about how it connects to today. Like, if the steam engine was the main invention of this 18th century, then maybe artificial intelligence is the steam engine of our time. We can say. Then also maybe uh, like both changed how humans live and work. The artificial intelligence and steam engine, and they are they both made people ask the same question: how will this technology change our future? I really admire the courage of the people from that time. I think they didn't know what the future would look like, but they, you can say, still experimented, tried, and created something new. Without them, without these inventions, without these machines, or so many things also. Without them, we wouldn't have electricity, transportation, or communication systems like today we do now, we use now. Uh, and in the end, like I think to sum up this presentation, the first industrial revolution, what can I say, reminds me that every big change starts with one small idea, and it teaches us to dream big, and also to believe in progress, to believe in us, and to use knowledge for good aims, for good reasons. It, if we can learn from their, their mistakes and our mistakes and their successes, we can build a better and smarter world for the future, and not just for us, for the future generations too. So, to me, the first industrial revolution is not, we can define it only a story from the past. It is actually a lesson for the future, on and for us. It tells that human creativity has no limits, and when we work together, we can truly change the world. So, my comments is finished about this first revelation. That's all for this lesson. Today we have learned about the first industry revolution, and we do some comments about it. So that's all for this lesson. That's enough. We can finish this lesson. Thank you all for listening to me today. Uh, Good evening for everyone.